Asege.
Ashe. Akika.
Asege.
Akika.
Asege.
No, you say. Tell them what they say, Baba.
Asege. It's a call and response. Aya
Yes.
is the priestess of Egbe. So she say Akika. God respond by saying Asege.
Say it one more time.
All right. And he said, say it with enthusiasm because we call it Egbe. Y'all ready? Akika!
Asege.
Akika!
Asege.
Akika!
Asege.
So I'm going to say it 3 times because I'm wild. And I think you're supposed to say it 3 times, huh, Baba?
Ashe.
Ashe. Okay, who's this Baba I got here? That's Shango, that's Ifa, and that's Egungun. Is Deidre present? Your wife coming on?
Let me try to.
Invite her, cause she's Egbe, Oshun, and Ifa. Gang, gang. That's my peeps. I haven't met her yet, but I welcome all of her into the space. And I'm gonna put a little something on before we get right into it. Muso is one of my favorite Egbe songs, and Egbe songs, and I'm gonna give you
Boro boye boshishe ya. Baba Dio.
Aboato Baba. So Baba said Aburu Abuye Abusise, and we say
Boato.
no. I'm sorry, but I say that because I'm the priest. But you all can greet both Babas by saying Aburu Abuye Abusise. All right,
Ogwato.
and that's what he said. I'm putting on just a little. This is a call to the Egungun. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's 11:05, so we can get started. Is there a Baba? Do you want to do the Mojubas? I got a little water here. Do you? I'm calling Baba Egungun. Baba. Both of the Babas are Shango, so we Shango in the house. Both Shango and Baba. Baba Kofi, how long you been Ifa?
I've been an Ifa priest for 6 years.
Ashe.
Yeah.
How long Shango?
Pardon me?
How long Shango?
6 years.
Okay.
So I
Baba
got initiated into Ifa and Shango. My first trip to Africa.
Ashe. Egungun, how long Egungun?
Egungun, I've been Egungun for 3 years. I had to go back.
Ashe. Baba Gio, how long you been?
Ifa for 5 years. My anniversary just passed. And Shango for 3 years.
Ashe. Well, guess what? I'm the
Uh,
senior. I'm the senior. Not that it matters because we honor and recognize senior in all sorts of ways. And I do honor Baba Kofi for his senior status in Isheshe verbiage and technology. So all of us, and as we go into our egg-based studies today, that's really what I want to touch on, our gifts and what we bring. So Baba Kofi, you prepared to do our Mojubas or you want me to do it?
Absolutely.
So you prepared, bring it on.
Okay.
All
Do
right.
the traditionally Sheshe way, okay?
Ashe.
Ifa bo esu bo rumela bo. Bobo rumele bo.
Ashe.
Awo rumela mo bo wo fun mi.
Ashe.
Eje ki mi fi o di fanu mi.
Ashe.
Se idi ojo àlàáfíà àti àrí ire gbogbo.
Ashe.
Ohun tí mi fẹ́ ṣe ìbá ìfàyè lẹ́sẹ̀ orí àṣẹ.
Ashe.
Ndo Mario ba jigi. Edu Mario ba jige.
Ashe.
Ogege agba tó gbẹ̀láyé dúró ọgbàgbà ọba tọlọdẹ ọ̀run.
Ashe.
Olódùmarè bá rẹ ọ. Ìbà ìyá mi, ìbà bàbá mi, ìbà olówó mi, ìbà òjùbọ́nà mi, ìbà ìyẹnìfà mi. Ìbà ayé tó nílé ayé ẹgbàá ńlá níbà ayé sípòrókò. Adé funfun ní bá tí ń simo bèbí ní Olódùmarè lẹ́tí ń simo bèbí ní ìgbàanidégún ní ṣọ̀ṣọ̀ pẹ́. Ebaje kamariba. Kata sawo ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe.
I say. That's the first way we've heard that Mojuba. I'm going to throw in a little, just to top it off, make sure you bless your Ori. Asheo, Omi Tutu, Oni Tutu, Ile Tutu, Tutu, Ori. We give thanks to our Ori. Thanks for guiding us here today. We call on you, Ori, to bless us immensely, to open our minds to receive all the blessings, the Ashe, the knowledge and awareness that we can handle, and even over and above, maybe we be receptive to expanding, to growth, and remove our limitations today to see where just how high and elevated we can go. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Baba, real quick, will you tell them what you just did with that mojuba?
Yes. With that mojuba, that is like my lineage, like the first moju or iba that we, that we learned.
Ashe.
So pretty much what I am doing is paying homage. Okay. I paid homage to Eshu Odara,
Ashe.
open all ways,
Ashe.
and the messenger
Ashe.
carries the offerings and and to their proper destinations.
Ashe.
All right. Because I mean, just a side note for you all who may not know, why Eshu Odara is called the All Powerful. All right. Eshu Odara is all powerful, meaning that no prayers can be answered. The doors will not be open. You know what I mean? Even Oludumare cannot, the prayers wouldn't even reach the ears of Oludumare.
Whoa, whoa.
All right?
Olodumare, we also know is God, right? Okay. The all-knowing. Ashe, so that's an important status. Yes. Okay.
Very, very important.
Ashe.
And then they paid homage to all Irumale.
Ashe.
Irumale is the whole entire spiritual body.
Yes.
A part of that Irumale is Orisha,
Okay.
Igungun, even Ajogun. Okay?
Ashe.
So, we are not taught to really fear the Ajogun or disrespect the
Ashe.
Ajogun. Because
Okay, and right now, Bobby, you're going into some technology that a lot of people may not be ready. And I'm gonna stop you right there because I've already asked Baba as a follow up to this class. He's going to talk to us about the distinction between Irumale and Orisha. Because I think we're going to find out a little bit about Irumale today with the lessons that we have, and Ajugun. Okay.
Okay.
That's what is known as. Why my battery? Let me hook myself up before my battery dies. I thought it was plugged in. Okay. Ajugun is known as that negative forces. So somebody said, Ifa doesn't believe in the devil. Technically, we don't. I don't think that there's no demonic force running around with horns and all that stuff. But I'm gonna put this but, and I want y'all to be clear that a lot of the definitions and interpretations I give is my own, okay? And we're going to get into the technical Yoruba cosmology. Ajugun is seen as that negative influence that we often want to push away. We know that there is no such thing as death as in the end of life, right? We all agree on that. Most people will agree because that's my belief. But I guarantee you, when I be making my prayers and I'm saying Obi Nibi Ku, you know what I'm saying? Obi, push away death. Don't send him to me now. I ain't ready for him. And many of you see death coming to people, you're like, pray for so-and-so, they're at death's door. We ain't trying to welcome death most of the time. Sometimes we do have enough sense to recognize, let the person go on over. It's time. Yet, we know it's not demonic, but we know most of the time, 99.9% of the time, we're not trying to get death up in here. And is death considered an Ajugun, Baba?
Me or other Baba on the line?
You. I'm sorry,
okay.
Baba
Yes.
Kofi. Yes.
Matter of fact, just to add to that, yeah, just one quick second, just to add to that. And I
Mm-hmm.
know you said you don't want me to get too deep or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Let's try to add to that a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so you have the Ajugun who sits on the left-hand side of the Lukumari,
Uh-huh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so on that side, we call the negative forces.
Ashe.
These are the forces that keeps everything in balance, right? Iku, 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 Iku
Uh-huh. And life is,
is is death. That's
yeah.
the leader of the Ajugun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the leader of the eight warlords of the Ajugun,
Ashe.
right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna leave it there and let it go.
Okay. And the opposite of death is life, right?
That's
And
it.
y'all know, anybody who's worked with me know my favorite song, Joy and Pain. So life and death, they're all one and the same, the balance, right? But we're not sitting in here saying, come in pain, come in pain, come in death, come in death. So we label those as ajugun. We don't call them demonic, but we recognize them with our language as negative forces. But we also, I know I'm not the only one who has experienced pain has been the precursor to my joy. I posted, it was Irosun Iwori that I saw the story that life without, did it say pain or something, without these disturbances, drama, etc., would be boring.
Hmm.
And so we recognize the balance. You can't, without you, it's hard to really enjoy prosperity if you haven't experienced destitution. You've been poor, then you get some money, you become more appreciative. So it's all about balance. And anyone who's worked with me, even from a metaphysical perspective, you heard me say, you know what, you was up in no room where everything was good and perfect, you're just a little light. But you say, wait, I want to go to earth where they experience contrast. I want to go to earth where there's such a thing as drama. You could have said your butt up there is a little light, but you say, no, I want to come here. You know, in the metaphysical term, we used to say ego meant edging God out. What we really know is it's just about an opportunity to understand or experience what we see are differences. So I'm going to leave that. Thank you, Ty. We definitely want to look for energy from everybody in terms of what they want to contribute. And that's going to be part of our teaching and lesson today, exploring what gifts we have, even exploring our Ashe connection we've experienced to Egbe, and also our gifts. And we've talked about experience.
Is she paused on everybody else's?
Yeah, it kind of froze.
Okay.
Yeah, she
Okay.
did.
Mm.
I'll get a hold of her. Hold on just a second. Stand by, everyone.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on, why my battery is not charging on my computer. Y'all hear me loud and clear? Am I on?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, you
So
are.
I don't know where I left off. I'm gonna try and figure out what's going on with my laptop. I'm gonna talk to you on the laptop, but let's get started while I try and figure this out. Ashe, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ashe, we good? You know where I want to get into, y'all? First of all, if you have your Egbe or Room book, we're going to take a glance at one of those questions on page 36. And I think we've talked about it before. Just real quick, somebody tell me, when you think about Enikeji Orun, that part of you that exists in Orun, what does that eternal aspect of you know that your human self has forgotten? Either one of those questions, those reflective questions, but I'd like to see if somebody can tell me about that number 3. And then we're going to start looking at the Akashic records from Dr. Latoya's perspective and how that tunes into um, the Egbe. Anybody want to jump on that answer for me?
Yeah, I have a digital book. So what is the chapter for page 35?
Okay, and I'm gonna talk to y'all about them digital books too. I'm gonna put my 2 cents in. I like digital books, right? But I don't like them for teaching or learning because you can't flip, flip, flip. So, with that said, on your digital, go ahead. Tania's telling chapter 2. It's at the chapter 2, the reflection questions. Yeah, digital books you can't write all in like I can do uh all these notes and stuff. So that's my preference. I recommend you try and get a hard copy of the book as well. So with that chapter, at the end of chapter 2, reflection question. Anybody want to care to talk?
I think my EK, this is Patricia, y'all.
Okay. Okay. Talk to us,
I
good to
my heavenly self knows my mission. My heavenly self knows all aspects of me, whether it's spiritual. My heavenly self knows my history.
Ashe, Ashe. Is there that a part of you that you recognize you may have forgotten?
Yes, I believe I have forgotten a lot coming to Earth. I don't know exactly what I picked for my destiny because it plays out day by day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know all the spiritual gifts and how to use them exactly. That comes day by day.
Uh-huh.
Um, I don't know all parts of my eternal self
Mm-hmm.
because
Ashe,
I'm
but
in
uh-huh.
because I'm in this body.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Good stuff. But it sounds like you've remembered or you're awakened to a lot.
I,
Uh,
yes, ma'am.
hmm hmm What caused you to awaken to the more?
Um, Taking care of myself and doing the spiritual work of loving myself
Ashe.
and learning who I am and
Ashe.
accepting who I am and what makes me me.
Ashe.
I say.
Ashe. Ashe. Anybody else? Thank you for sharing, Patricia. Anybody else want to explore that question? When you think about it, first, somebody real quick define Enikeji Orun. Define that. That's it, because we do have new people on here, and they may not have caught up to where we are. So somebody explain Enikeji Orun.
I mean, on page 32, it says eternal carrier across all lifetimes.
Ah, shit. And you say page 32 says that. What do you say? What say ye? Enikeji Orun. Anybody can chime in, or you can finish it.
This is unique. Um, I agree that it's just the same as in the book. I feel like it's me across all lifetimes.
I
I'm
say,
just beginning to learn that I have existed throughout all these different lifetimes, through the patterns and the experiences that seem very familiar. The people that enter my life, the experiences, they all seem familiar, and it's like I'm getting my memory back.
I say.
So it's
Ooh,
allowing me to be able to connect to things that I see. Like I have a birthmark on my hand, and I'm like, in what lifetime did I receive this birthmark? What was the trauma there? What was the signal that let me know? And so it's revealing to me on a daily basis, just in the connections that I have. And then, like just a few minutes before we got on, I went in my backyard and I found medicinal plants in my backyard here in Brooklyn. And I said, everywhere I go, the medicine finds me. So this also tells me, because everywhere I move, I find medicine in my yard. I find it in the grass, I find it in the trees. And it's just revealing to me again that because it is following me, it's telling me a story about who I am. So now I have to pay attention to all the different
Ah,
things
shit.
in
Ooh,
my story that is showing me who I am and what I'm supposed to do, why I'm connected, how I'm connected through the
ah,
earth, the trees,
shit.
and the people around me.
Oh, oh, girl, you had me buzzing on that. And that's the crux of our lesson. You absolutely had me buzzing on not only the ashe of discovering your eternal self, but discovering, because that's a part of the Egbe that I wanted to talk about, discovering yourself even in nature and your connection with the nature.
Absolutely.
That's the ashe. And that Enikeji is the eternal soul self. And Dr. Latoya, because she is a metaphysician and Akashic record reader, she talks about it from that perspective. She's an Egbe priest, been practicing African traditional religion for a long time, but she also ties it into her discovery of the Akashic records and the metaphysical. And for me, I have a similar connection because I was a science of mind. I am a science of mind practitioner. Um, my first awareness was into universal laws and principles. And many of you hear my connection and the ashe I received from studying A Course in Miracles. And that is which helped me awaken to my eternal self and my understanding that I've been here since God. So if I tell the truth, which some of y'all might holler is blasphemous, damn, I am God. I created all this stuff. Now, I have a boldness, some may say arrogance, to say that, to acknowledge that, to admit that. But when you peel this back, it's clear. If we've been here since the dawn of time, then that's when we have been here since God. And I'm not saying Yoruba cosmology supports that. I'm telling you that is in the depths of my understanding, and we can break it down as to how we see our existence, our eternal existence, and what that means to us. Um, on page 39, I have outlined, she says, Yoruba cosmology acknowledges that souls continue to be born again. The idea of a continual life that retains memories and lessons. This is a concept of eternal soul. Anybody want to touch on that, expand that, tell me what in your essence you feel. And I want to put this too out there, so we understand where I'm coming from and where this lesson is. While we have the basis of our foundation as Yoruba cosmology, I also invite all of you with your powerful Oris to begin to explore what would you believe if you were not taught to believe anything. And that may be difficult for some of us because we've been so heavily indoctrinated. So with that said, I'd like somebody to explain to me what is their concept, their understanding, their Ori belief when, as you try to dismantle indoctrination, what's your concept, understanding, definition of your eternal soul self?
I'm glad you said that, yeah, PJ. Um, I was just reading a book this morning and thinking about that, because I was raised in the church, and My children asked me, so, you know, why are you changing, or why do you think differently? I said, because I think there's more. I don't think that one way is the only way. And then I also have to unlearn the indoctrination that I was taught, like you were said. And I was never taught to think, where did I come from before I was born? And then that's what this book is helping me to think. And then I explain Akashic records, what Egbe is to other people. And I say, it's your agreements before you came to Earth. And they're like, what? Okay, now you in that woohoo stuff. But, an intelligent mind knows, if you're thinking on your own without the thinking that you were indoctrinated with, why not? Why isn't there something before we were created? There is a creator. We were there. Why wasn't there intelligence before?
I see. I
Yeah.
see. And that's your belief and that's your understanding.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
your intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your
Right.
Ori is sharing that with you. All right.
Yes.
And I'm just I love it. And I'm gonna throw this out to you just because I'm trying to grow into it. That doesn't mean other people are ignorant. That mean they're not there. They haven't discovered that for themselves. They're holding on to it, which I guess is ignorance. So yeah, never mind. Intelligent people see it. Shit. Call a spade a spade. Who else? Who got something to share?
And I
I love
have
to think with you.
something. I have
Okay.
something.
Uh-huh.
When you say that, I don't know. I'm trying to explain. It's like I have a vision of like a cord in my mind. And like cord, like I don't know, and simplify maybe a rope, how you have a knot and then cord, knot, or I don't know. I just see it as with each life experience, say not one, and you have that experience and whatever it is, and then you have the rest of the rope that moves again, and then the next knot, and
Ah,
that's your
shit.
life experience, right?
Uh-huh.
And then your whatever that consists of, but it's still on the same cord, right? But there's different knots or whatever. So I
Uh-huh.
see it as like the pieces of me that travel throughout each life that serve as the connectors. Like again, each life is different, the lessons are different, but with each one, you're growing more and more. So those pieces of your soul or that self that continue to grow with each lifetime, if
Ah,
that makes
shit.
sense, but still on that same rope.
Ah, shit. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You must be, because I wanted to touch on this too. You must be clairvoyant. Oh, yeah. Do you see a lot?
I do. Because like
Yeah.
in my head, I'm seeing this vision. It's
You
not even
painted
the
a
rope is
beautiful.
what's tangible, but in my mind, I see like space and like this, like right now, my brain is like a white floating cord with these links. And I just try to say rope to make it tangible,
Yeah.
in a physical sense. But
Wow.
it all connects. So it's like that soul is growing through each life. It's that
Ah, shit.
piece. Yeah.
And it's all the same soul, but just here,
Yes.
wow, because I see it very clearly. And
Yes.
because you were able to paint such a powerful picture, helps me to see that that's how messages come through to you in that vision. And Deirdre and Jennifer were both on the initial call we had with Dr. Latoya, and Patricia was as well. And Patricia and I had the same experience, but I don't know about Jennifer and Deirdre. That initial meeting where she's taking us someplace and people got to evolve many people saw from the very beginning and all kinds of stuff, even from their initial creation. And all I saw was my daddy holding my hand as a little girl. I didn't go that far back. But the way you painted that picture, I could see something like that coming up in your records to help you understand what you see. Very good explanation, very good visualization. Did
Yeah,
anybody else?
I
Go ahead.
wanted to contribute.
Uh-huh.
I remember the author saying that Iniki Arun you also means like your heavenly twin, but she doesn't
Sure.
necessarily like using the term twin because it gives the impression that it's two people, and it's really just one. It's a part of you, but it's the part of you that's still in heaven. And I thought that was beautiful. And it made me think about, like, when you hear people that have not near death experiences, people that actually have died but were sent back, and
Mm-hmm.
how it's always like a very, very similar description. And they're always told, you have more work to do. You have to go back. And I haven't heard one death experience where they wanted to come back. Even mothers with kids are like, no, I don't want to go back. This feels amazing. And it just makes me think about, that's Egbe. That's love. That's love. Like, you want to go back there with your heavenly soul,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not finished. So you got to go back to
Gotta
earth.
go. Gotta go back. Ashe. And that's a good point, because when you say twin, the way I have come to describe it when I'm talking with someone in the record, or when I see that, I like to use the term as your alter ego. So it's like you, but it's an alternative side of you. So yeah, that's good. Anybody else press to share there before we go into something else?
I wanted to share. I think your question was about what would you believe if you weren't indoctrinated?
What
And
would you believe if you weren't taught to believe anything? You all know
yes,
nothing.
yes, that part.
Uh-huh.
So I think the common thread throughout my life, and I'll just speak for this lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
being in the awareness or supreme awareness of this lifetime, I'm somebody who likes to peel back the layers. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like, let's unpack it. That's my favorite term. Let's
Uh-huh.
unpack it. Even when I was a member of the Christian church, I wanted to know the why. Why
I
do
see.
we? How
Mm-hmm.
do we? Who determined that this was it? So I want to get to the center of it, or the epicenter of something. So I would categorize myself, if I was to do that, as a seeker. I want to understand the knowledge. I'm not somebody who's going to accept your words. I want to see it. I want to read it. I want to
Mm-hmm.
understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, if I knew nothing, I would trust and I would believe that I am seeking answers for myself, not the answers you give me, but
Mm-hmm.
answers that I'm either able to receive, synthesize, and understand for myself.
I see. You know you're crowning Orisha that time?
Yes, my tutelary Orisha is Yemaya.
Because you got to know Batalamai.
I've heard that.
I love it. I love it. Inquiring, understanding, wisdom, intelligence. Ashe. Um, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Anybody else? Michelle, you had something you wanted to throw in there? Or someone who's typing in the chat. I can't see the chat, but if something pops up. Anybody who's typing in the chat or something you want to
I was
share it with the group?
I was agreeing with the understanding of if I definitely was just living this life very freely without any indoctrination. I'm definitely a seeker. I'm a person that pays attention to patterns, and in my life and time, I've been able to correlate um, clarity and understanding of whenever I just seek for myself and like steal away from the crowd and really sit and like dig my feet dig my feet into the earth and just go. All of my answers are very clear. Um,
Ashe.
and for me, that always wins.
And Michelle, this may be because I know you, um, but I'll take it further. You have an innate knowingness because
Yes.
you're a medium. You're
Yes.
egungu. So you
Yes.
already know. It's almost like you don't need to read it nowhere. You
Mm-hmm.
don't need
Mm-hmm.
to have clarity with the answers. You
Mm-mm.
got that shit. All you needed to do was trust and understand more
Mm-hmm.
clearly. that the messages you receive and what you feel and know is, in fact, it.
Ashe.
Anybody else? Anybody else has awakened to that discovery of themselves, either through mediumship, and I'll tell you where mine's came, because I technically don't consider myself a medium, although I've had very many medium experiences, but I'm not like Mache and some of you, Nikki, and some of you who be seeing people, the tall person with the hat on and the glasses. I don't see like I don't see like that, but I have an innate knowingness. And how the shit do I know that? And I didn't trust it, because it's like nobody just knows stuff until I awaken to the understanding of claircognizant. Somebody else just said tap something in where they've had that experience. Okay. So Alicia, whoever you are typing in the chat, I invite you to speak up, because you got something to say. And I don't know why you're hiding while you're on television. You got courage to put it in the chat, but put it in your voice so I can hear you.
Hello.
Hi,
Yes,
Alice.
I was agreeing to what you were saying about having an inner knowing, but needing to have the understanding. Because for me, it just creates like it creates a conflict, because I can't rationalize or provide proof or evidence of what it is that I know. But I need that extra information in order to solidify it. So
Maybe
trusting
you
in
don't.
myself.
Maybe you
Yeah.
don't. Maybe you don't. And maybe that is for you to discover. Dr. Latoya says she's a claircognizant as well. And of the gifts, because some people hear, some people see, some people feel, people sense, some people smell. All of us may have experienced aspects of that, but we have a dominant trait. And for me, my dominant trait is a claircognizant. That sounds like yours. And Dr. Latoya says that's hers. And that's one that I think is easier to question, because when you hear it, you know what you heard. When you see it, you know what you see. When you smell it, you know what you smell. But when it just drops into you, and it's like, how you know it? Well, the sky is blue without looking at. I don't know, and that's one that's more questioned, I think, than the others. So maybe it's time for all those of us who have that innate knowingness to recognize it, because even when I'm in the presence of the spiritual community and I get downloads like that and I start talking fast, I have said, please pull out the shells and see if what I'm saying is right. Because I start questioning myself, see if I'm talking nonsense or if this is right. Yemi has witnessed that, and it comes out right. But I'm sitting there, I don't know what the shit I'm saying. I'm just talking fast, and I probably can't even remember if you ask me. But just throw the shells to see, because I question: is this just me talking foolishness? Is it my ego? Is it prejudices? Because often, and that happens with me with the Akashic Records, it's like, I knew that shit before. So is that my, you know, arrogance trying to say that, or is my knowingness? So as we build our muscle there, we come to even trust it more. Ashe?
Can I say?
Shay, can I add something?
Yes,
Yeah.
Nikki, come on. Ashe, thank you. Go ahead, Nikki.
Oh, I just wanted to add, but you just said it, that it's a muscle, right? You have to exercise it. It's spirit's way of communicating with you. And if you don't acknowledge that what that you know, then it's kind of like they tapping on your door and you're not answering it.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you and people often most people are clear cognizance first, because we can just feel, right? We have an innate feeling, right? But you also have access to hearing,
The
seeing, everything
feeling
that I
is
have
sensing.
access to. You
Ashe.
have access to everything I have access to. But it started with me never, ever, ever doubting what I know.
Ashe.
And the more I
Mm-hmm.
didn't doubt what I know, then I started to hear. And then I started to see, because they like, oh, you can hear? Oh, you can see? Oh, you know what you know? Bet. Let us
Pat.
show you this. Bet. Let us show you that.
Exactly.
So it's when
Exactly.
it's when you say it's a muscle that has to be exercised, it's an actual activity. It's active. It's not a passive thing. You have to actively, when you know it, act on it. When you know what you know what you know, and don't question it.
Ashe.
Don't question it. You know what you know. Every time you question, it's like a test, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
keep saying, "Oh, I said A. Did I mean A? Did y'all get
Mm-hmm.
A too?
Mm-hmm.
Should I? No, you picked B. Oh, I don't know. I had A. You had A. You had A. You had A. So they'll make all the other abilities available to you. The reason
Ashe.
why you're in the sensing, I can sense a thing, and you might say, "Well, I have that." And I have that more than anything else. You can call any of these senses into you at any time. It is a natural ability that you have as a spirit. It's not that this one has that. It's just access. And how you
Ashe.
get access is you pay attention. When I don't hear, they take my hearing away.
Uh-huh.
She ain't listening to shit anyway, so ain't no point in keep playing with her with that. They
Uh-huh.
take it away.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
this is how you it's an active muscle, like going to the gym.
Ashe.
Going to the gym.
Ashe.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nikki. Shameless plug here. Nikki teaches how
You
to
want me to
work
tell
that
you?
muscle.
Yes,
Come on.
yeah, intuitive development, because that's where it starts. Once you
Ashe.
it's trusting yourself. Everything else is external, but once you trust yourself, you got it. Once you know what you know, and you hear what you hear, and you see what you see, and you never, ever, ever question it. And I ain't gonna say never, ever, because you are having a human experience. I sit around
Ashe.
all day long questioning stuff, and then saying to myself, "Now you know good and damn well." You knew it, and you here playing games, you here playing people games, you ain't having a
Mm-hmm.
human experience. So you will do that. Quite naturally,
Ashe.
you'll do that. But when it counts, lift them weights, do some
Ashe.
squats, squat your muscles.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So I invite you all to tap into Nikki to expand and explore how you can use that muscle. And here's what it's called: is bite-sized spirituality. Is that you, Nikki? Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
okay. And here's another way that I invite you to awaken that so that you can learn to be assured. Who knows what I'm gonna say? Because y'all ought to know me by now. Ori.
Pressure Ori.
Come on here through Ori. All awareness, knowingness, and ashe is right inside of me. Awaken me this morning to the awareness, to my knowingness, my God self. Help me to trust myself. Man, come on, y'all. Look. Kofi, what them Baba Laos in Nigeria be doing when they talking to you? I caught that. I said, oh, y'all over there activating stuff.
We slap on Ori Hoover.
Look, here I go. I'm throwing water, Kai, because water carries memory. Water is awakening. What? So, so I invite you to that because sometimes we make things simple. Oh, just do it. And I'm saying, pray on it, assure yourself, awaken yourself, talk to yourself. And that's the doing. That's the awakening. Nashe? Makes
Can
sense. I
I
feel like
have
we've been
a
getting a whole lot of amens on this stuff. What? Ori woo.
I want to have a testament to what Nikki just said because she just sent chills all through my body.
Ashe.
Um, I, for as long as I can remember, honestly, I've just had this knowing. I can see things and I know that it will happen. And for a while, I just stopped saying anything. I just wouldn't say anything. Like I'm talking like in high school, people would call me Miss Cleo because I knew what I knew, and it would
Mhm.
always happen. So, of course, growing through that, it got kind of, like I was pretty much teased for it and got kind of weird. So I didn't say anything and it went
Mhm.
away. And it went
Mhm.
away in some heavy years of my life. And I was like, Spirit, where you at? Where you at? So when it slowly came back, and I began to trust it again, it is now to a point where they are not only making me aware that I know what I know, but now I have the vision. Sometimes I could sense a smell, and it's truly a testament to what she just said. Because when I was not listening, because I was being teased or whatever the reason was, I didn't hear it because they was like, oh, you wasn't listening. We told you this was going to happen, so you didn't listen. But here you go. And now where I am now, it's like
sometimes I'm having to be like, whoa, okay, slow down, okay, or like bite my tongue because it's coming so fast that I can't articulate it and I get to tripping over my words. But it's just I just wanted to give that true testament to what she said because that is exactly what happened to me over the years.
Ashe, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I don't see my chat, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Melissa may have listed the Claires. And Dina, that's so critical what you just said. Let me go back to that because many of you recognize your gifts as a child, and people told you were crazy, or they spooked out and they told you to get away from here with all that stuff. You're having dreams and you're seeing people and you're seeing dead people and they're startled. So they're like, we don't want you tainted because, that's witchcraft, that's demonic. So
Yeah.
quiet that. So, Dina, thank you for awakening
Can I add
back.
something also?
Yes.
Yes, that exactly happens to me. When I was younger, I would see things happening or dream a lot. And, that I would say it was ESP because watching a lot of sci-fi and everything. And I couldn't really say I was seeing things. I would see my ancestors in my dreams, my grandparents. I could relive the funeral of my great grandmother, and they would tell me, "No, you can't remember that. You was only 2. You can't. That's not true."
Mm-hmm.
But growing up, I think now the world is showing us. I'm a big Marvel fan, and they're showing us. They're showing us the metaverse, and that is exactly the same, yourself in another universe, yourself in a different, place. And when we are questioning what we know, but we're sitting here saying that we believe in an incarnation and that, we reincarnated from another place, that's where we would have known, it's just like deja vu.
Yes.
We've all experienced deja vu, and that for me tells me I'm in the right place at the right time. I've seen this place before, and I'm here. And I love what Nikki says. I was working with Nikki one time, and I kept hearing something, and she said, "Well, ask the ancestors, who is that? What are they trying to ask you?" People are afraid of creaks in the house and things. You heard something, just say yes. What do you want? You know,
Ashe, thank
you
you.
know. I
Thank
used
you.
to hear that calling my name when I was little. I'd hear that something say Deidre all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom would say, don't be entertaining them dead people. Let them sleep. Like what? Now I have a conversation back though.
Ashe, yeah.
So
Thank you. And that's always my first conversation too. Somebody was in my house the other day, said, "There's a little boy over here." I said, "Ask him what he wants. Why is he here? Shoot. You bringing good things. If you're not gone, get to go somewhere else. What you want over here? Ask." I'm always about asking. And yes, Michelle, you have the gift of all of them, and we all do. Some of us tap in more strongly to others. And one of the things I notice when I go into the records, even though claircognizance is still my primary, I'm more sensitive. I start feeling immediately in my body what the other person may be feeling in their body. So that's where my clairsentient arises. And I have pretty vivid dreams, even though, I don't know what they always mean, but I see a lot in my dreams. So we all have the gifts. And I will venture to say that everybody on here is really actually probably exceptional in them because that's why you're here, and you are here more to um, explore and expand and awaken and acknowledge your truth. Yes, empath is definitely a big thing. That feeling, and Baba Gio, you can talk about that. I will tell y'all one thing. I'm gonna say this on that empath. I used to think I wasn't an empath because people be coming around me talking about they feeling stuff. I say, I don't do that. But what I recognize about myself, I am an exceptional empath. but I protect the fuck out myself. Excuse my language. Because I am so sensitive that if I'm watching a movie and it's about to get sad or something, I turn that shit off. I have a built-in block for myself. If I'm in a room and y'all see how all of a sudden I decided to go, I felt something hit me and I couldn't even identify it. But it's like I'm out. I am exceptionally sensitive. And that came up when I did the human design. It's somewhere in my solar plexus or something. So I do it for extreme protection. I think people compliment me on my youth, and I think it's because I don't watch the news and I don't listen to no daggone bad news for more than 15 minutes. Get out of here, because otherwise it will fall into me and I'd be looking like a crippled old lady, y'all, if I took in everything I said. Baba Gio, you want to talk about it?
You know, being an empath is not one of the gifts that I would say that I have, but it's one that I think I'm sensitive to. Like I don't admit it, but I'm very sensitive to. So my wife likes to watch scary movies and horror movies. She's like, all this is fake, and I'm like, man, but I can see how it's real. Like I can feel this stuff. Like maybe you just didn't grow up the way I did. It's a little more than that. It's if you could connect to stuff, if regardless if you think you are or if you aren't, if you could connect to stuff, if you can see how this is real, then that's you're channeling the empathetic channel. So just that's all I have to say on that.
And I agree. And this is me. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this is coming from me, who is an extreme empath. I don't play with it. So those of you who really enjoy it, like, be around, oh, that's making my stomach sick. When that make my stomach sick, I'm like, oh, go come shut that shit off and let me get out there and return the sender. I ain't trying to pick that up. So those of you who really are called to do it, because there's something I want to say, enjoy it. And I don't want to minimize it. Somebody may be called to do it. I invite you to please learn how to clear yourself off. Learn how to do what that energy wanted you to do, but send it away, send it back, bury it. Please don't bring it with you on your journey if it's not yours. Because many, even children, and I learned this from Chrissy Sheldon a gazillion years ago. Lots of times, children in classroom, you'll find they were sitting one way and they were fine. The teacher wanted them next to the bad kid, and all of a sudden they're going outrageous because they're picking up that shit. So we have to learn how to use Ogun's protection. That's who I call on more often, because what's going to penetrate steel? And if you're sending darts and bullets my way, ping, ping is coming back to you. So if you feel called to that, and some of you are, y'all be taking on that empath shit. Learn how to clean off, send it back, utilize it for what it wanted to do. Ask it, why are you here and what am I supposed to do with it? Do it and then send it back. Clean yourself off.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Yeah, we have 5 minutes.
That's my preaching for the day. Somebody said something.
You have 5 minutes, yeah.
Oh, okay, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay. So really, I don't know if we got to page 40 in the book. So see how slow we go. So those of you who just got the books, it's easy as pie to catch up. You can even read the whole book because we're going bit by bit. We're going to explore more with the Ori. I'm inviting Baba Kofi to come in here because at a part in this chapter, it talks about the Irumale, the primordial energies, and Baba Kofi. I know he's expansive, and what he knows he can share with us. And I know he's so astute that he'll even go find more to share with us and help us distinguish and learn there. The part that I did want to talk about was our natural soul gifts. So a lot of you are talking about that, exploring that. Monique opened up with talking about how she discovered she's really a plant woman, How she know? Because everywhere I go, the plant's talking to me. That's her Egbe. That's who she is innately. So this is where my favorite part of Ifa is that it's about self-awareness, self-knowingness, your God self, your awareness. It's about your inner power. And that's my favorite part of this practice. And that's where we're expanding. And we are seeing it now in the essence of Egbe. And I see this Sunday service going on forever and ever and amen. So we'll go different places with it. All right, all hearts are happy. Y'all ready to get the benediction? All right. Anybody feel called to give a benediction? Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, this is Baba Gio.
Ashe, ashe.
Hey, so if we could just bow our heads,
Ashe.
and I ask for that just as a token to familiarity of even our ancestors that practice Christianity.
Ashe.
And so, as we depart here today, we want to acknowledge that the reason why we came today is to learn, to gather, to fellowship, and to observe each other and hear dialogue and discussion on what it is for Egbe in our lives and the connections that we can make throughout a web and network with the Orisha, with different spirits. We're understanding the Ajagun, we're understanding Iku, we're understanding how the EME show up, we're understanding just different aspects because not everyone here is necessarily a worshiper or devotee of Isheshe. We all have different walks and paths and instruments that we use to divine and to learn about ourselves, such as being an empath and how that shows up for us. And so as we depart today, we take that knowledge and we want to use it to build, to construct, to maintain the infrastructure that we have in order to develop and continue to grow and remain aligned, or to find ourselves in alignment with our destiny and our journey so that we can fulfill the contract that we made when we agreed to come to earth and live as a human. And with that, we leave here today with all the peace and blessings from one another to each other. And until next week. Blessings.
Ashe, ashe, ashe. Oh, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. Thank you, everybody. We'll repost the book. We welcome all newbies that are here, first timers. Please feel free to invite whomever you please in directly into the group. It is open. It is our church service, our opportunity to grow. Hey, Christian.
Ia,
So
before you go, can you repeat one more time how y'all did the opening? I was trying to write it down. I'm a note person, about to lie. And I
I
was trying
know
to
you
write
are.
everything down.
You talking about when Baba Kofi did the Moju Bars?
When you were
Okay,
doing
I'm
the call and
because
then
I
he
don't know it either. So Baba Kofi, I'm not going to ask because we commit to an hour. If in the group, if you can give us notes, a document, or just explanation
just what
of how you did what your steps were and the techniques to the Moju Bars. Good question, and that is Isheshe. If you all remember, I do similar, but I do it in English. So we'll get that from him. Okay. Is that what you wanted, Michelle?
yeah, the way we were opening up the was it EKK and then he said
Oh, Akika,
yeah that
Akika, Akika. Wait a minute. Akika. And you say?
Asege. I'm gonna put it in the group for you.
Okay. All
okay.
right. Okay. Because I'm going to be yelling it.
I like that energy, Ia. That was getting me.
I'm going to be yelling it. To me, it sounds like a wild Indian call.
Yeah. Akika. And then
Yeah.
and that's just the greeting or the what is the
Okay.
That's how we greet Egbe.
Okay.
Iya, being the priestess, when you hear her say Akika, your response saying Asege.
Kika.
Yeah, Akika, Asege. And you
and this
might
is
hear her say
specific
like
to
Minso.
Egbe, right?
Yes, but I'm an Egbe priest.
Yeah.
Baba, give us three in the group. The greeting for the Baba Lao, which you all keep hearing, or the Ia and the Ia Nifa and Ifa initiate, Abaru Abu Ye Abu Sise, and a priest Egbe preached. She said, Akika, and your response. And then the third one, the one that Baba Gio and Baba Kofi are in tune to, is how we greet Shango.
Yes, yo.
And then a couple of them. And then what your response is to us. So when you see Baba Kofi and you see Baba Gio, they're Shango. So you should be saying what they tell you, Gio? Say it. Come on, Babas. What's how we greet y'all?
Caviesio.
Yes, Gio. That's Hail the King. He got all the money. He got the generals. He got the charms. He got the thunder rocks. He be dealing with the enemy. What? Huh? Don't play. Don't play. We gonna get into all that. And Baba, if you can also give us Ogun and Yemaya. There are a lot of Yemayas in here. And Oya. So give us a couple of greetings, if you would, okay, in the group.
When we say Omio Yemaya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Yemaya says what to us?
No, we just every time I meet a Yemoja priest in Africa, whatever, that's every say Omio Yemoja.
Omio Yemoja. And they call it Yemoja.
Yemoja. Mother of fishes.
And you know what you said to Oshun. Come on, don't hold back.
Yo.
Oshun. Gang, gang.
And usually when we greet Ogun priests, we just say Ogun Lakaye.
Ogun Lakaye. Okay, you hear that, Yema? Somebody want to know Eshu?
Eshu? Oro Eshu.
What?
Oro. O-R-O. Oro Eshu.
Oro Eshu. Okay.
Like Oro Eshu. Toto Toaku meaning that O Eshu, do not push me. Push my enemies instead.
Okay. And Obatala? Hepa Orisha?
Yeah, Hepa Orisha. Orisha
Hepa Orisha. Ma Farefun.
Say that again?
She said Ma Farefun. I think that's more said in Lukumi than in Isheshe. Because I was Isheshe Epa Orisa.
Yeah, Hepa Orisha. Orisha Hepa.
Oh yeah.
We say Hepa O Iayan song.
All right, Baba, you gonna give it to us all in WhatsApp? Because they're ready. They're ready.
Oh, they're ready? I can send it to you and you can, because I just can't get WhatsApp for some reason. But you know, I like to say, I know you only had an hour here, but I like to say thank you.
I said
to this meeting. It was very enlightening.
I say,
I know at one point in time you said that you don't know if that's the viewpoint from an Isheshe standpoint. And I just want everyone on this call to know one thing. Isheshe is traditional.
I said
that's the way Orumila taught the system. But Ifa has spread out throughout this whole world, right? Spread out throughout this whole world. And all of us have our different interpretations and different expressions of Ifa. We try to stay close to the foundation as much as we can. But let your Ori be your guide. You talked about a lot about Ori. And I'm not even gonna lie. If you give me 5 minutes, I will try to run through all the notes that I was taking because I was so excited. And and Baba Giovanni could probably attest to this. When we start to talk about Ifa, Shango kids, we get this hot energy in us. So we get really excited and we just want to talk and we want to let everything out. We want to spread like wildfire. That's just our nature. Passion. Right? And so when they start to talk about Ifa, I just get very, very, very passionate. I've been through Christianity. I've been through traditional Judaism. I've been through Islam. I've been through Buddhism for 10 years.
That's it.
Right? So, when we talk about Ifa, with your permission, like if I could just 3 minutes.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you roll. And here's what I'm also going to do: invite those who need to leave to leave.
Okay.
One of the things that why I'm kind of sticking to this hour, because I want people committed to
Ashe.
this hour.
Ashe.
I really want us committed. This is the expansion. This is the opportunity. This is what people have been yearning for. So, more important, just make sure you show up. Feel free to go on, and or we can do a whole next Sunday on this, Baba. Can you
Yeah.
know? Why don't we do that? Why don't I
Yeah,
give you next
it's but
Sunday? I said Irumale and Orisha. Why don't
oh
you take it
yeah.
away?
Can we
And
have
you
a
Yeah.
part one and a part two? Because I was getting excited.
I am. I think we all are excited, and I like that. I really, and I'm gonna pray on it. I'm gonna tell you right now. I do. I want to honor the hour because you are excited.
Mm.
If we go too long, our excitement may dissipate. So Baba Gio gave us a benediction, and I'm going to add, may all the teachings, may the enthusiasm, may the fire continue to burn and resonate with us to the extent that we are learning and expanding and extending on our own. And every Sunday, we're bringing that fire and even more people, because we recognize that what we learn today is not only healing for ourselves, increasing our own self love, but it's also for our families and for our community and ultimately the world. Baba, keep that fire. Come on, you on next Sunday, and you
Are we
bring
gonna
your.
get the 5 minutes today though?
Y'all gonna get the 5 minutes.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Baba. See, you starting something.
Amen.
Because
You know,
Amen.
okay, we're gonna go
Ashay.
5 minutes and we're going to 12:15. Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah,
shade.
yeah.
Okay,
No, I'm not going to touch on the Rumale and the topics that you
He
want me
said,
to. But
okay.
what I want to do is just point out some of the things that y'all have discussed today,
I
because like I
shade.
said, y'all put that fire in me, so now y'all going to get burned, okay?
Okay.
So he is absolutely right. There's no concept of the devil when it comes to Isheshe. There's no concept of the devil. And I'm about to say something else. There's no concept of a God in Ifa.
They don't want you. They ain't ready.
If you feel like I'm blaspheming, then go
Mm-mm.
back to church.
I said that tongue in cheek. They're ready.
Yeah, they're ready.
Yeah.
And so, there is no God but the God that is within you, your Ori. Okay, he has said that your Ori was here from before time. This is absolutely unequivocally true. Okay, because it's your Ori. Ifa says in the Wundi Wodi, Ifa says, "Who will accompany their devotee across the one world ocean and never abandon them?" Which one of you deities will do that? Shango. Baba Mi was the first one to step up, say, "Oh, I will do it.
No.
I will accompany my devotee across the one world ocean and never turn back." So Ifa says, "Well, okay, but what if on that journey you get to Oyo, your kingdom, and they're having a big party, big festival,
Got that bring
you know,
up.
saving you, yeah, eating that ram, they beating the drums and having a big festival and party. Are you going to stay or are you going to continue walking by? Like, don't even stop." Sean was like, "Oh man, they serving my favorite food, like ram, spaghetti soup, and it's a big festival, hey, I'm going to dance, I'm going to beat those drums. I'm going to stop." And so if I ask that same question to all of the Irumale, every last one of them, Ogun, Obatala, Oshun, ask all of them that question. Each one of them said, "Hey, man, if they serving my favorite food and there's a festival going, I'm going to stop." So they said, "Well, you know what? We think there's one person who would." So Orumla's like, "Who?" He said, "You. You're the witness to destiny, second in command to Oludumare. You'll do it." Orumla said, "No, not me. Because if I stop in Ileife and they serving me, a hen would just lay like fresh eggs and all this other stuff and all the things that he liked, he's going to stop and partake in the festivities and not continue the journey."
I see.
So they asked him, they say, "Well, who help, who will who will travel with their devotee across the one world ocean. You know what I'm saying? From beginning to end. Ifa said it's Ori.
Ori, woo! Ori ain't going nowhere. Teach Baba.
Ori is not going anywhere. So that's one that's one thing that I want to tell you. Now, when we talk, y'all talked about Enikeji, which is so synonymous with Egbe as well. Because if you break down the words any, meaning one or one person, any. When you say Keji, Keji, you're talking about second, like number two, Keji. When we talk about a rune, of course, we're talking about the spiritual realm, right? So, it literally translates, and some people have variations depending on what dialect you're using, but it literally translates to like the second person of heaven. That's the second person of heaven. One of your students here said that, you know, um, you know, we have, she doesn't like to say twin, but we have a twin. I mean, technically, that's the best word to use, to be honest with you all, because our higher self still resides in the room. We only brought a piece of Ori here to the physical realm with us. And this is from an Egungun perspective, Egungun teaching. As a priest of Egungun, I can share this with you all.
Egungun stands for ancestors, for those of you who may not be aware.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. You're good. Go ahead. Teach Baba.
So Egungun teaches us that we all was created by Obatala in this calabash of existence, right? They know Obatala created them, right? But there was this presence that was there. They couldn't see it. The presence didn't speak to them. They didn't know what it was, okay? But they knew it existed, okay? So they even asked Obatala. Obatala wouldn't tell them, say, who is this other presence with us? This was the presence that breathed and me into those souls that Obatala created. Breathed the breath of life into those souls, okay? So those human spirit souls that were created, Egbe, was the ones who gave Oludumare its name, because we don't know if Oludumare is male or female. It just exists. So they gave Oludumare his name. So in Ifa, we say human beings created Oludumare, because we're the ones who give Oludumare its name. But we don't know the full extent of Oludumare because it exists in everything. It's just something that is there, right? The divine force. So that's another one. So when these human spirits first came to this realm, to the physical realm, they asked for three things. And I'm going to type it into the chat. They asked for Ogbon, which is wisdom. They asked for Ogbon, which is wisdom. They asked for Imo, which is knowledge. And they asked for Oye, which is understanding.
Ashe.
Wisdom, knowledge, and
understanding. Ashe.
And that is what we all here in this physical realm needs to be seeking. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And I'm going to wrap up by saying this, right? There are many different realms in the spirit realm, right? But there's three main realms that us as Ifa priests would be really focus everything around. Three main realms. We have the realm of the unborn. That's the realm of the unborn. That is where your Egbe resides. Or the newly formed souls that are being, if you want to say created, fine.
Yes.
We have the physical realm, the realm that we are in now.
Yeah.
And then we have the realm of the ancestors. When we leave this realm, we go to the realm of the ancestors. But guess what? You go right back to the realm of the unborn in order to get back to this physical realm again. So yes, we do believe in reincarnation. The cycle of life never ends. Now we can choose to stay in the realm of the ancestors and finish our work there. But it's a cycle, okay? Only two things that does not change with that cycle. In the realm of the unborn, whatever family you were born in, whatever family lineage you were born in, and whatever I want to say like sex, whether you're male or female, that does not change.
I see.
So
I
in the
have a
past life,
question.
yes, ma'am.
Can you put those rooms in the chat?
You know what? Also, he did, I think, and also remember this is a recording,
Oh, it is. Okay.
and there will be follow up. You can look at the follow up notes as well.
Okay, I will.
Because I
Thank
was
you.
about to ask Misha, who's diligent with her note taking, to share them. But then I remember we got AI Zoom, who it'll be recorded and we'll put it in the YouTube so you
Yeah.
can come back and visit anytime.
Thing
And
the
also, I'll
Okay.
same.
send the written
It's two
notes
things
that
that you cannot
I'll give
change.
access to the written notes that
The day you
Zoom
born
is
and the day
taking.
you die.
Okay.
Everything in the middle you can change.
Got it.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you.
even that, I know we are taught that as well. Let me get this comment on that. But really and truly, technically, from an OD perspective and E5 perspective,
I
even
see.
that isn't quite true. If you look in Baba Egbe, E5 talks about when he came upon a town that was infested with Ajogun. Okay, and Ifa, when you hear what Ia said, and this is where what Ia was talking about at first, when she said, Obi Nibinu Eku, Obi Nibinu Eku, Obi averts death.
Ashe.
Obi Nibinu Arun, Obi averts sickness.
Ashe.
Obi Nibinu Ofo, Obi
Ashe.
averts loss.
Ashe.
Okay? So even Ifa, who is the witness to your destiny, in Baba Eji Yogbe,
Ashe.
Ifa averted death. Even when Ifa was coming for him, saying his time is up, Ifa said, "No, I'm ready to go."
Ashe.
We read the day of Ifa to avert death, sickness, loss, any type contention, fight in our homes. Now, for the day when he was born, we are there. You and your twin soul are in the spiritual realm, and you choose the day that you were born. You choose the parents that you were born into. And we have Ifa scriptures that said when that soul was coming to earth, they chose their parents. But when they were
Ashe.
coming to earth, they said, "Whoa, hold on, no.
I don't like that.
I don't like. Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna wait till some more generations down. Okay, and they're already
Oh,
incarnated
and
them,
you choose your parents.
huh?
And when you
Yeah,
come,
that's
Pardon
what
me?
he's saying. You choose your parents, but you can even
Yeah,
change your
because it's
mind about
everything.
that.
It's everything about you and everything about your life. You
Yes.
chose it, the good and the bad,
Ashe.
the positive and the negative. You choose your parents. Your already
Eh,
incarnated you in the time so you can fulfill your destiny through its highest purpose. So you
Yes.
want to be a war general? If you say, "Hey, that's what I chose to be," before you come here, your Ori
Mhm.
is going to look for the best possibilities where you're going to be born in a time and a place where there's war going on or the potential
I'm
for.
sure. And so because you got to put it to the test. You want to
Thank
be that?
you. Ashe.
And
Ashe.
that is that. And I'm going to wrap it up here because that is
Yeah, I'm
why
done.
we are looking at this whole Egbe thing, because we recognize we're the author of our destiny. We're not victims of this. We set this shit up. And some of us, we looking and said, what crazy, what was I out my goddamn mind? Yeah, you were. And you said I could handle it. And if you decided you didn't want to handle it this way, you're gonna do and cause havoc, go on about your business and come back again and maybe do it another way. Baba, you are exceptional. Folks asking me about you. You coming back, you coming back. You probably gonna bring your team and help us expand this to what it is designed to be, for us to get a greater awareness of our own self-love, self-empowerment, and everything we need to be our greater selves, which we know that's the element to healing the world.
Ashe.
Thank you so
Whenever you're
much for
ready.
showing up. It was Egbe that brought him to me through Ia Yemi, and Ia Yemi can say how Egbe brought her to him. And then when he walked in my house last night and he sat with my team, and he gonna talk to y'all about why each of you up in here in Houston who be coming to see my people, why you gonna bring them some money? Oh yeah, we gonna talk about some
Oh yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Mm-hmm.
all about expansion, all about growing, all about self-awareness. And it is definitely, I'm gonna put this plug in, and I'm just gonna leave it right here. This is Isheshe, and this is your empowerment. That's what this is about. Y'all love, you love, you got it, you ready? Can we roll now?
Yeah.
Mama
But thank
Kofi,
you.
you in with us? You see these people begging for you. You here?
Yeah. Whenever you guys invite me, I'll be happy
No,
to.
you here. You here, Ashe, period.
Okay.
One of the priests, one of the ministers, Ashe.
I shall.
Okay, thank you. Blessings all. We'll talk further, Baba.
I
Okay.
Thank
share.
you.
Okay.
Ashe.
Odabo.
Adabo.
Double.